On the news tonight, Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris re-emphasized federal government commitment to drive the nation's economy. Organized labor leaders warns against privatization of the country's refineries. Ogun State 2025 Appropriation Bill scales second reading on the floor of the State Assembly. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu, the news at 7. My name is Mercy Ezish and here are the news details. The federal government has restated commitment to drive Nigeria's economy through pragmatic policies, including the tax reform bills. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris emphasized this, among others, at the International Press Institute Nigeria Annual Conference. Ayodeji Makinde reports.
The faces, voices and fingers that have molded and are shaping Nigeria's social, political and cultural landscapes are here in Abuja. The theme for the annual conference of International Press Institute Nigeria is democracy, media freedom and the imperative of protecting the Nigerian civic space. Professor Tony Iradia explains the need to have legal backing that empowers freedom of the press. He identifies lingering challenges in the media space while proffering solutions in an over-regulated environment.
If we can do some level of inward looking, we will find that so much of what is wrong with the media is self-made. So if we understand the needs of each of these forms, we will be doing a better work for democracy.
Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris acknowledges the increasing role of media in preserving Nigeria's democratic values. The FG spokesperson calls for healthy debates, objective criticisms and respect for the rights of other people as President Bola Tinubu's 8 key priority areas are on course.
The tax reform initiative of this administration, which will go a long way towards simplifying Nigeria's existing tax regimes and making compliance easier, while also reducing the tax burden on the most vulnerable Nigerians. A recurring highlight of the reform is the introduction of several new tax exemptions that will benefit various categories of individuals and businesses, the media industry inclusive.
Other speakers set the template for panel discussions, which featured experts from the police and other stakeholders. In Abuja, Ayodeji Makinde, NTA News.
The Minister of Police Affairs, Ibrahim Gaidan, has reiterated the federal government's commitment to strengthening the Nigerian police force. He gave this assurance in his visit to the Nigerian Police Academy in Woodhill to oversee the ongoing screening process for candidates of the 2024-2025 11th regular course. Elizabeth Tila Lamido reports.
The Minister of Police Affairs, Ibrahim Gaidam, was at the Nigeria Police Academy in Woodhill to witness the ongoing screening of candidates for the 2024-2025 11th regular cadet course. He reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to strengthening the police force through capacity building to achieve professionalism.
We want to ensure that we get a very honest, transparent and professional police personnel.
Detailing the screening process, the commandant of the academy, AIG Sadiq Abubakar, said it includes fitness tests, academic evaluations, medical checks and background verifications, assuring transparency and fairness in the conduct of the exercise.
Whoever is coming here will be thoroughly checked and ensure that the vision, the mission and the philosophy of the academy is achieved when he finally finished his training or she finished his training here is strictly based on merit.
The 11th regular course at Police Academy Woodhill is set to commence next year, with the selected cadets ongoing intensive training and studies to prepare them for the demands of modern policing to addressing the nation's evolving security challenges. In Kano, Elizabeth Yilala Nido, NTA News.
Nigeria takes giant leap towards a tuberculosis-free future as the Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, reaffirms the country's commitment to ending tuberculosis by 2035. This bold pledge was made at the 5th Tuberculosis Conference in Nigeria, where stakeholders and partners are converging to explore innovative solutions to tuberculosis eradication. Uche Ugochukwu reports that the conference has as theme public-private partnership and integrated service delivery, panacea to end tuberculosis in Nigeria.
Tuberculosis, one of the world's deadliest infectious diseases, continues to claim millions of lives. The World Health Organization's latest report reveals a staggering 10.8 million cases in 2023. Out of that number, Nigeria accounts for 87% of cases. Vulnerable populations bear the brunt of this crisis, but there is a beacon of hope on the horizon.
We are resolute in the commitment to eliminate TB in Nigeria. Ending tuberculosis requires an inclusive, rights-based and gender-responsive approach. It's incontrovertible that Nigeria is making progress, but that's not enough. We are going to double down and even do more.
We will continue to provide technical guidance, advocate for increased investment, and work alongside our partners to strengthen health system and address system inequities.
The 5th Tuberculosis Conference brought together stakeholders, researchers and international partners to tackle this pressing issue head-on.
It aims to enhance multi-sectoral collaboration and strategies to achieve Nigeria's 2035 global TB control targets.
In a significant move, Nigeria has secured $25 million to combat the TB epidemic. These funds are being channeled into prevention, diagnosis and treatment programs.
You have taken those tools, you've implemented them, you've shown new approaches, and so we look forward to really continuing that effort.
By deciding to bring the sector-wide approach, by having the local manufacturing agenda moving, Nigeria is making huge progress and is making Africa proud.
The conference was not just about dialogue, it showcased action. These young scientists and researchers presented cutting-edge studies, and actors highlighted the strides in combating childhood tuberculosis, among others. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
Organized labor leaders in Nigeria have voiced strong opposition to any proposed privatization of the country's refineries, warning that such a move could exacerbate the ongoing economic challenges. They argued that the privatization would not only threaten jobs, but also compromise the quality and accessibility of fuel to citizens. Lydia Sampson reported that this is the fallout of their visit to the Port Harcourt refinery. Coming from the lessons learned from implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, legal experts started with developing appropriate frameworks for an efficient judicial process, want a fixed tenure for heads of courts to ensure accountability. This was at a review meeting in Abuja on the national minimum standard for effective justice delivery. The report.
Where no man is oppressed.
The chorusing of the national anthem by this group of stakeholders in law enforcement signifies their desire for a nation where no man is oppressed and truth is upheld at all times. Thus, the meeting in the nation's capital is reviewing progress made by the 36 states and the FCT in the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act using its national minimum standards.
The reason we have that act, the reason we have adopted to of ourselves these minimum standards is so that we can have a system that works efficiently, that treats people with humaneness.
We urge the anti-graft agencies to focus more on prevention of corruption and economic crimes.
It's supposed to be a correctional center now, based on our new act, not a prison. It's to help people rehabilitate them back into the society after they've served their terms.
The forum also observed the positive effects that the AJA has had on justice delivery, how it has hastened the conviction of persons alleged of criminal conduct, and the forfeiture of illicit assets to government coffers. In Abuja, Olabode, NTA News.
We will be going on a break. Please stay tuned.
Bro, I tell you, this match 3-0. Okay. If I win you, something will come out.
Don't play with me. Fast ball. Ah. You know what? You go shot.
Bro.
Now we got this match.
Keep the banter going with Glow Borrow Me Credit or Data. Dial star 303 hash to borrow airtime or data and pay later.
Is it ready?
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high speed data. Glow Unlimited.
NTA Ijebu, your heritage station.
Nigeria Television Authority, NTA Ijebu, the heritage station. A station that updates you on latest information, news, people day-to-day activities. We promote Nigeria culture. We bring to you educative program and talk shows for young and old. We give you latest updates from the world of sports. We also bring to you updates from the entertainment world. We are the best among the rest. We are available on StarTimes Channel 103 and UHF 63.
NTA Ijebu, your heritage station.
Welcome back from the break. The Ogun State 2025 Appropriation Bill presented to the State House of Assembly by Governor Dapo Abiodun has scaled second reading on the floor of the Assembly. The lawmakers also engaged key stakeholders in dissecting the various components of the budget preparatory to its passage for the advancement of the state economy and benefits of the people of the state. Parliamentary correspondent Yemi Dalemo reports on this and other engagements of the lawmakers.
Leading the debates on the second reading of the bill, Chairman House Committee on Appropriation, Musefiu Lamidi, and other lawmakers commended the over 69% performance of the 2024 Appropriation Act as of September 2024 and noted that the 2025 budget allocated more funds for capital projects which will help advance development in all spheres of the state economy and advocates more infrastructural development in their various constituencies.
Last year, the total budget was 703 billion. For capital alone, this year, we are budgeting very close to the total budget of last year, which is about 600 something billion. Therefore, what we are going to be having this time is going to go a long way in improving the quality of life of our citizens.
Mr. Speaker, I also want to commend the state government in prioritizing capital expenditure. Today, we have 56.9%, almost 60% of our expenditure on capital projects.
When we want to implement any of the budget, the ones that belong to our constituency, is something that we need to notify us about to know that we're doing roads in Ijebu. You need to tell, we are the people that they voted for, so we should know what we're doing in our constituency.
Chairman committed to the Committee on Finance and Appropriation for further legislative actions.
The House adopted a resolution calling on the Federal Ministry of Works to reconstruct the Ebute Igboro, Oja Odon, Obe Road connecting Nigeria and the Republic of Benin due to its importance to regional diplomacy and socio-economic development of the region. In another development, a retreat to dissect the various components of the 2025 budget was declared open by the Speaker, Oludaisi Elemide, while the lawmakers engaged the Chief Economic Advisor and Commissioner for Finance in Ogun State, Dapo Okubadejo, who was represented by his budget and planning counterpart, Olaolu Olabamitan.
We will be requesting for sectoral performance
2 naira or 18 naira is spent, we want to see.
Stakeholders posited that the budget will not put increased taxation on the citizens, as the state promised to continue to give priorities to the economic enablers that will finance the budget to meet the yearnings of the people. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Local actions are being accelerated to put an end to gender-based violence amongst adolescents within the Federal Capital Territory. Elizabeth Omoriyi reports on the intergenerational defense training sections to box out gender-based offenses as they grow to become adults.
The move is gradually achieving its purpose with the inclusion of the boy child in the advocacy against gender-based violence. This time, the FCT is raising the awareness, and the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps is providing the non-kinetic defense training. The 620 adolescents for the 3 days were exposed to technical knowledge on self-defense and discipline, leadership skills, trauma management, and other life-saving techniques when in danger.
We should speak out. When we see something, we should learn to say something. So I've learned a very lot from this program.
I've learned a lot here. How to defend ourselves, not even ourselves, people around us.
Facilitators of the session insist that the grooming of boys to understand the negative impact of gender-based violence on women and girls will help challenge unfriendly societal norms to build healthier homes.
For interventions and investment in this kind of collective action. It cannot happen for one gender. It must happen for the inclusive representation.
What we strongly believe and what we stand for is to ensure a world where we all have equity, where we have everyone understands their rights.
Hoping that it will be, a precursor to our fight against gender-based violence.
The self-defense training is not meant for the boys or the girls to go outside and practice on anybody. No, it is whenever they are threatened.
They recommend proper home training and education for the girl child. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
That's all we have for you today on NTA Ijebu News at 7. Thank you for staying tuned. Good night.
Easy motion, low emotion. Make your calls to all networks. As much in the red, no, they say, not good day. Better days, better service, better network. That's unlimited, better outcome. Better future, better service.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas, Nigeria. Glow.